Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Travis and this is Bacon and Backpacking. I am joined by my buddy Bryon and my girlfriend Sara. We're gonna be spending 7 days in Utah on the Uinta Highline trail. We're starting at the Lady Peak trailhead and we're gonna be hiking, I think it's about 82 miles to the Hayden Pass trailhead. So we're gonna be moving east to west. We got some serious mountain passes to go by. 7 days on trail, going to be a great time, and you guys are going to see probably the best footage you've ever seen on the channel, so hope you enjoy. You know, we're on an 80-mile stretch where a whole bunch of it's above tree line, like a ton of it. There's a bunch of these big open passes. You guys can see we're here second week of August. There's still some snow up there. The Highline starts high, stays high, ends high. And I'll tell you what, we just got started. You know, we're like a mile in, and all three of us, you know, we do feel the elevation. I mean, we live at like 500 feet above sea level, and you know, we're already up over 10 right now. My muscles and stuff feel fine, but I can tell talking to you guys that I'm already short of breath. Thunder starting, and we're literally right off the rip exactly where we don't want to be. Sprinkling rain, sporadic thunder, so hope it stays that way as it picks up. Yeah, I just want to get off this pass. Kind of up that way is where we got to go, which you can see is all nice bright blue skies now. As you turn this way, you can see what just rolled through. Nice rainbow out there. Oh. Yeah, so those flashes of lightning you just saw were coming right over that pass. Well, you can't see it, but that's Gabro Pass, kind of up through there, and it was black skies, thunder, lightning, and you know, we've got 3 or 4 miles of just open, exposed areas like this that go up along the pass. And I made the decision to call it and cut our hike short today, and then as soon as I did that, this happened. But there still is a 70% chance of rain. So we're just gonna play it safe, guys, and set up camp super early today. We only got about 4.5 miles done. Like I said, today's the day that we started. We planned on doing about 8.5, but we're gonna get up at 5 in the morning and still put in probably 12 miles tomorrow. Starting to get a little bit of headache from the elevation. The hiking was fine, felt good. Muscles didn't really burn or anything, but I am getting the headache. But you guys can see what we got to do tomorrow, so you guys can probably see right there. It's the trail. See it? Goes around that snow right there and then up and over. So yeah, but you got beautiful sunshine over here, horrible thunder, lightning, rain over there, and you know, this is the Uinta Highline. So we decided to respect the trail, like I said, and just stop early today, and we're gonna get up at 5 a.m. You know, we should get at least 6, maybe 7 or 8 hours of hiking in tomorrow with you know, without dangerous weather. So we're just gonna chill, warm up, and get to bed super early tonight. And then also, guys, we got slammed with hail, and take a look at Sarah's legs. Can you get them in the light? Yeah, there you go. You guys want to look at Sarah's legs? That's this kind of hail that we were in earlier. There was a like buckshot sized hail. Sarah, come back. This is night one of the Uinta Highline. It stopped raining for an hour and a half, came back, some thunder and lightning right over us, so, but nothing, it's not too crazy yet. And it kind of seems like it's starting to lighten up again, but I think this is how we'll be spending a lot of nights here. Day 2 on the Uinta Highline Trail. It's about 6:45, and we're going to go ahead and make it through Gabro Pass here. It's gonna be the first pass of the day. Obviously, we had a little bit of a short day yesterday, so we're going to try to beat the rain and the thunderstorms today. Hopefully, bang out about 12 miles before the thunderstorms pick up again. So, wish us luck. What do you think of the first big pass? Gabro Pass. This is one of the smaller ones. But yeah, if you guys have never been out west, man, like, the videos are cool and I'm sure they're gonna be pretty, but it's not even gonna begin to do it justice. So anyways, gotta be careful here. I'm on the side of a mountain, but gorgeous. All right, guys, we're back down in the lower elevations with the cows out in the pastures, dodging cow patties down here. They're all over the place. It is open grazing, out here, so you get a lot of stuff like that. But, find me a more beautiful trail. I'll wait. This is Dead Man Lake, and we're going to be pushing on towards White Rocks Lake. You guys will have to forgive me, out of breath. That was the exit to Gabro Pass, all the way down here, around Dead Man Lake, back on up. See Sara down there. Oh man. This one's only like 500 feet of gain, but it's the steepest thing we've done so far. Feast your eyes on White Rocks Lake. About 10 miles in, so 1/8 of the way done with the Highline. We still got more mileage we want to hit today for sure to make up for, an early day yesterday. Whoop. A little slick down here, but man, this place is beautiful. We're about 14 miles into the trip total. So, you know, we've been hiking since 6:40. It's about noon right now, and we've covered about 8.5 miles. So just kind of give you guys like a little bit of an idea of, you know, how strenuous, you know, the trail is, especially if you're not acclimated, right? So, you know, our goal is to just make up the difference, you know, that we lost yesterday due to the storm. We checked the weather on the Garmin's, and it looks like we might catch a break. And I hope that holds true. We should, you know, possibly get another hour or two without any storms, which should let us catch up to yesterday. So cross your fingers, guys. You guys want to see some bipolar weather? Look how nice it is behind me, and then look what we're walking up into. So, like I said, wish us luck that you know, we don't just get absolutely dumped on, but it's not looking promising. That storm did not hold off, as you can see in here. We got hammered for about 15 minutes with hail, thunder, lightning. We got lucky that we just passed the only restroom on the entire trail at Chapeta Lake, Chapeta. I've heard people call it different things, but we were able to shelter in place. Again, buckshot-sized hail 2 days in a row. I was talking to a guy that's about 70 years old. You know, he's been living out here for a long time, hiked these mountains like crazy. He says with each passing year, you know, the storms seem to be getting worse and worse and worse, more frequent, and you know, just worse just in general, right? And our trip seems to be no exception, but you know, we're gonna do what we can here, you know, given that we basically only have from like, you know, 6 to 12 to hike. Well, it's pretty far away, but pretty sure we just saw our first moose, and then after it ran out of the water, I'm pretty sure we saw a what's baby moose? Is it a calf? I think it's a calf. But yeah, they ran over that way somewhere when they saw us coming. But what a beautiful trail, man. I can't get over it, but it is tough. Still got a couple miles left to our intended destination, and a lot of that's going to depend on what these skies do, because again, clear, right? And then thunder and lightning back this way. So, you know, guys, I can't stress this enough. This is a dangerous trail, you know, in the right season. You know, lightning storms are no joke. We talked to some guys who've been, you know, hiking these mountains their whole life, and you know, they said that there's been times they got caught up in one of those high passes during a storm, and you know, the hair on your arm will stand up. So much electricity's in the air, and you know, lightning bolts smacking all around them. So as much as I want to, you know, get this trail done and get it done in a timely manner, I also want everybody to go home alive. At 11,600 feet, I'm gonna drop over the edge here and lose about 200-300, drop down to Taylor Lake. That's where we're gonna set up camp. All right, guys, so you will not believe my campsite. So there's the Durston X-Mid 2+ Pro. And then over there, you guys maybe can see it, that is Bryan's tent, also the Durston X-Mid, but that is the 1 person. And down there's Bryan. I think he's cooking some food. This is our campsite right here on this lake. And there's Sara. Sara fell down in the poo-poo water, like the muddy bog, not once but twice. So she is washing her clothes, more specifically just like the bottom of her joggers or whatever. Try to get the mud off and stuff like that, and then we're trying to let everything dry in the sun. But yeah, man, talk about a campsite, huh? Sun is out, and we got, you know, shoes drying and stuff. I mean, just everything's wet, guys, you know. Socks, I mean, food bag, I mean, you name it, like freaking, you know, everything's wet. Bryon and Sara are off doing their morning ritual. I'm left here to admire this beautiful lake all by myself. So we're going to be climbing straight back up North Pole Pass. I think today is only supposed to be 11.5 miles with about 1,700 feet of gain. So it'll actually be the highest gain day of the trip so far here on day 3. Now, tomorrow we're supposed to do 13 miles and Anderson Pass, and it's looking like the weather's not looking great for tomorrow, so I'm thinking maybe we push like 13 today, maybe 11 tomorrow, but we'll see. Guys, these trips are tough. You know, weather, nobody wants to eat. Nobody wants to eat. Typically, you know, I smash 4,000 calories a day on trail, you know, and I packed about 3,700, and I can't, like, I have to force myself to eat. Stomach's upset. It's just the altitude, you know. Headache, don't want to eat. So logistically, it's tough, man. It's not just hiking. It's not just the elevation gain. It's the weather and then the altitude. Well, guys, we're beginning the ascent out of camp, back to the Highline. And sun's coming up, hitting the mountains. Beautiful morning. Well, North Pole Pass is that way, so we're about to bang out the first pass of the day nice and early. That's Taylor Lake, where we were originally planning on camping, but I didn't really see a spot. I mean, you see how rocky it is down there. So instead, we pushed down this way to this unknown lake, and we camped right about there. And since there's no name on it, it will henceforth be known as Sara Lake. But yeah, guys, it's about 7:30. We stepped off a little bit late today, but we're gonna bang out North Pole and get her done. A man would be hard pressed to find a better view than what's behind me, but I think somehow we're gonna manage to find some even better ones. You guys know what you're getting into with these high mountain passes out here. So all the way down there, I think you can see movement right there. That little, there's a cairn, and Bryan's down there. So you finish like that 400-foot climb that I kind of showed you guys, and then as soon as you crest that, Sara's right behind him, you see another cairn. Then you see this cairn, and then you see these cairns up here. You see them, right? And then there's another one all the way up there on the top, right? You know, you got like another 300 feet or so. So North Pole Pass is deceiving, but I'm most of the way up, so I'm gonna finish this thing. Hey, you guys remember how I told you that cairn right there was the last one? Well, there's another over there. And then you can see all all the way up there, there's another one. So it's just kind of like the pass that never ends. I've done pretty good. We've probably been ascending, I'd say, at least 25 minutes, you know, up this thing. And one thing you'll appreciate about the West is switchbacks. You know, we got something like, I don't know, maybe 800 feet of gain on this thing, but you can see there's a switchback. It's like a slight incline here. And if I was acclimated, you know, to the altitude, this ain't bad. It's really not. It's gonna make your legs burn. It's gonna be tough, but it's really just, I mean, you guys can hear me, I can't breathe. You know, I can't breathe at camp setting up my chair, so, you know, these high passes are something else. We're almost at 12,000 right now. I want you guys to experience this with me. Last cairn. Oh no, what's that up there on the horizon? There's another cairn. This is the pass that never ends. Oh man, but you know what? I'm mainly just complaining, so you guys know if you do a trip out here what you're in for, like I usually do. I'm having the time of my life though. I mean, look at this, North Pole Pass, right? So I'm loving it, but by God, you gotta earn it. Finally wrapped up North Pole Pass. That thing never ends, and now we're going to begin a pretty steep descent off of it down to some of the lower elevations down here, which is going to be dope because I could definitely use a little bit more oxygen in my life, I'll tell you that. Do you guys believe what you're seeing? Because I sure as heck don't. I don't think I've ever seen something more beautiful in my life. Man, this should be on a calendar. Finished North Pole Pass, and unfortunately the audio quality is about to get way poorer because I just broke my microphone stumbling down the side of the pass there. Kind of fell over, so it is what it is. You know, I'm not sure how much I'm going to record from this point forward because the onboard, you know, audio on the iPhones is just not good. Honestly, guys, it's very frustrating. Like, you know, I take these videos very seriously. It's not something that I ever envisioned happening. So it is what it is. You know, I'm just going to enjoy the trip and record what I can. And, you know, when I'm editing the footage, if, you know, it's not good enough, we'll cut it out, right? But anyways, we got miles to hike. Be a nice place for a cabin. Right over here by the lake. Maybe one of the best cabin locations ever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we made it to camp for day number 3. As you can see, kind of over here by nice water source, nice little creek. Again, I apologize for that onboard audio, but didn't expect to tumble off the side of a mountain pass today and ruin the cord that connects my microphone to my phone. So anyway, Sara and I elected to wash our sun hoodies, and when I say wash, just, you know, run them through the creek over there, no soap or anything, but wash some of the nastiness off of there. We're hoping those dry, you know, before the sun goes down. We kind of have like a hobo camp going on right now. Sara's got the Durston X-Mid 2 Pro Plus, or excuse me, 2 Plus Pro, all set up here. Both of us are rocking the Nemo Tensor insulated sleeping pad. I have the new style. Sara's been using the old one for quite some time now, and it's worked very well for her. Do be aware, I think that old orange one right there, you can get a deal on those things right now. They're 4.2 R value, but this new guy right here, you know, you're gonna spend probably 50, 60, 70 bucks more, but they are a 5.4, so significantly more R value. But anyways, guys, I'm kind of sitting in the shade because I'm burned a little bit despite the sun hoodie. I'm still a little bit burned on my face. Bryan's got his campsite set up over here. Same thing, he's drying some stuff out. And he's got the Durston X-Mid 1. That is just like the normal version, not the Pro. Only difference is that's some sort of sill, and ours is Dyneema. But anyways, guys, today was rough. The good news is that we were supposed to do 11.5 miles today. We did about 13.5. So not only are we caught up, but we're now 2 miles ahead. And we're gonna need to be, because tomorrow was supposed to be like 13.1 miles, and it's up Anderson Pass, which is the highest and I believe just like the largest, you know, time commitment for a pass. It says it's gonna start raining at 2 tomorrow, thunderstorms, stuff like that. We definitely don't want to get stuck up on Anderson. So I'm glad that we were able to push a little bit closer to Anderson Pass so we can get up early yet again, beat feet, try to hammer out this pass, get up and over, down the other side, you know, before we get caught in a storm. So wish us luck, guys. But yeah, this is camp. Pretty nice little spot. I'm happy with it. You know, our day 1 camp was kind of garbage on the side of a hill there, out in the open, but last 2 nights we've had some pretty good views, so I'm happy with this one for sure. All right, everybody, it is day 4 and probably about 7 o'clock right now. We've been on the move for almost a half an hour. I'm probably not going to record a ton, guys, because I really don't feel good, if I'm being honest with you. Stomach hurts, altitude, you know, all that, sore muscles, blah, 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 you know, the whole thing. But it's supposed to start thunderstorming pretty reliably, pretty high percentage chance today around 2. And we've got to get up and over Anderson Pass. Well, guys, look at that beautiful view back there. Mountains look pretty good too. You see those 2 big peaks there? Anderson Pass goes right up the middle. That tall one over there on the left side, that one is actually King's Peak. It's the highest point in Utah. I'd originally scribbled that in as a maybe for the itinerary, but you know, it's like another 800-foot climb after climbing up Anderson Pass. And you know, it's pretty much like 3/4 of a mile, something like 700 to 800 feet gain. And it's basically like a rock scramble, you know, like hands and knees type of deal. And there's supposed to be weather rolling in today, you know, early, 2 o'clock. To me, I'm like, well, hey, that could happen 2 hours early, you know, so I'm planning on, hey, it's rolling through at noon. So I want to get up and over Anderson, you know, as quickly as possible, not get caught in the lightning storm. So we're just pushing as hard as we can, and we're gonna motor up this thing and then basically fall off the side of it from the looks of the map. So there's gonna be a lot of very steep switchbacks to get off of that thing. But right now, a little bit of sunshine there on Anderson Pass, so cross your fingers that it stays that way. Well, ladies and gents, we are sucking wind, but if I had to guess, I'm about, probably a third up the way, a third of the way, excuse me, up Anderson Pass. But, you know, there's the climb, then you kind of walk along the top of it, then there's a nasty, nasty descent. Guys, look though. Holy crap. I feel like I'm dying, but there's King's Peak. I mean, this has to be one of the prettiest trails, you know, in America, maybe the world. I mean, look how far out you can see those peaks. Blue sky, all those lakes down there, sheep, absolutely stunning. And just in case you guys are wondering what the surface of the Uinta Highline looks like, I would say it's like this, 85, 90% of the time. I mean, that is just a giant boulder field, as you can see, right? So pretty much the entire trail is like this. So, you know, just walking on the treadmill, stair climbing, and stuff like that isn't going to prepare your body for stuff like this. You need to hike regularly, and you need to, you know, train those feet muscles, ankle muscles, stuff like that, because your ankles are going to be rolling all over the place. I've been super happy with my ultras. These are the wild trails, and I think at this point I've got something like 70 miles on them, and they're really nice. They're one of the only shoes that Ultra makes that isn't a zero drop. They're a 4mm, so it doesn't put a ton of, you know, strain on your Achilles when you're going uphill. And the Lone Peaks also have minimal cushion. These are more like a moderate cushion, and you definitely know, you know, the difference hiking on stuff like this. So really happy with these shoes so far. All right, I want you guys to see what it looks like when you come to the top of Anderson Pass. Somewhere down in there is where we came from, but it's time to fall off the side of this thing because there's some ominous looking clouds, and it is supposed to rain in about 2 hours, so I think it's going to be time for us to get off of here, plus it's freezing cold. Well guys, we got stuck in a thunder and lightning storm coming off of Anderson Pass. Showed up about an hour and a half early, so that was an interesting ordeal. Had some lightning cracking right above us, you know, in the open, no tree cover, nowhere to hide. So we just pushed through it, and that lasted all of about 40 minutes. And then here's Uinta Highline again. Neither one of us have ate, drank anything in hours. I've been having to stop off the side of the trail to use the toilet because my stomach's messed up, and morale is very low. Dehydrated, no food, you name it. So we're less than a mile from camp, so we're gonna get in and see what to do then. Not a video I want to shoot, but here's where we're at right now. So technically we made it to the spot we were supposed to make it to yesterday, or excuse me, today, because remember we got a couple miles ahead yesterday, and you know, it's only like 2 o'clock or something like that. We got caught in that thunderstorm coming down off of Anderson, which sucked, but again, it's just stomach issue for me. I had to stop in the middle of the, you know, thunder, lightning, everything like that, and literally just, you know, do my business out in the middle of a field on the side of a cliff, like coming off of Anderson Pass. I can't continue on that way. I'm dehydrated. I haven't eaten anything in probably 6 hours. I haven't drank anything in probably 4, because anything that touches my stomach just wants to come up. I fought through it for 4 days. You know, we have a couple theories, so it's not like this is something that, you know, happens to me regularly, right? It's only happened to me one other time backpacking in probably like the 4+ years I spent backpacking. That was at the Adirondacks. And it was, you know, just like a 2 or 3 hours, hit real hard, and it was done with. Messed me up the next day. Obviously I was dehydrated and stuff, but this has gone on for 4 days. It was going on before I got on trail, you know, so it's not something I ate. It's not a bad water filter. You know, at this point, it's probably too long to be food poisoning, so I don't know what it is. I think it might either be the altitude sickness meds, like the Diamox. So I'm gonna try not to take it tomorrow and see if that helps. You know, or it's just a thing where because of the altitude, and I'm just straining myself, you know, so much that my body's just kind of like shutting down. I'm not sure which one, but either way, we stopped. We're on time, you know, on schedule, but Brian's feeling it. He's feeling good. He's talking about getting off a trail like a day early, and, you know, we're just holding him back. So we're posting up camp here, drying everything out. The cool thing is we do have a really nice campsite, and one way or another, we're gonna make the most of this thing. The Uinta Highline experience. It's been hammering for about 2 hours, and I don't think it's gonna stop. I think there's a thunderstorm moving our way. Hello everybody, this is post-production Travis. Guys, I had originally planned on making this video like a giant movie type of deal. I finished the whole thing. It was about an hour and a half long, and as it turns out, I exceeded the maximum uploadable file size on YouTube. Apparently 4K video at 60 frames per second makes for very large files. So unfortunately we had to split it into, 2 different episodes, but not the end of the world. There will be part 2 releasing here in about a week. That's going to cover day number 5, 6, and 7 on trail. Guys, Sara and I are also talking about making a lot of spin-off videos from this trip as well too. It was our longest time spent on trail. We learned a lot of lessons about, trip planning and, some gear that overperformed, underperformed, some things we would have done differently. And then, spoiler alert, guys, the source of all of my medical issues on trail was in fact the Diamox. I quit taking it, in the second half of this video coming up. And my symptoms started going away. I started feeling a lot better by the time we get off a trail. So we'll also be doing, a video on, some of the negative side effects of like Diamox, some of the gear that we used on trail, stuff like that. But guys, go ahead and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because like I said, a week from now, we will release part 2. And then in addition to that, I have like 60 other trips, up on the channel, tons of awesome trips for you guys to check out. But if you guys like the video, thank you so much for sticking around. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks.